Capital Steez is one of my most favorite rappers of all time. If he were to have songs on Spotify, he'd be in like my top 5 most listened to artists. I discovered him in a King of the Fourth Quarter comment section where somebody said R.I.P. Steez, and I thought it'd be cool if I can introduce some of you guys to Capital Steez.
Illuminati trying to read my mind with an eagle eye and a haze.
I believe him to be one of the most underrated and underappreciated rappers of all time, and I'll be explaining why, alongside making some recommendations on songs you should listen to. So Free the Robots was the first Capital Steez song that I listened to, and I remember being impressed by his lyricism but not really understanding what he was talking about because I was in 9th grade. Like, this song is the only reason I know about the Sugar app. Like, I remember being in college, right, and I buy a soda and there was like a 5-cent tats and I was like, there's what the fuck? And then I remembered this song and I was like, oh, that's what he's talking about. The video for this song is also so off-putting to me, especially with bars like, will God come through or will he actually forget us? It really did help me realize how special this song is, and it led me to search out for some more Capital Steez songs.
More fucking energy, dickheads.
This was the second Capital Steez song that I heard, and to be honest with you, I only heard it because I saw Joey Badass and that was a name I recognized at the time, and I really loved this song as well. Because Joey Badass comes through and he has a cool verse, but Capital Steez just takes that verse away from him. Or I guess I should say spotlight, I'm just not thinking of words properly right now. With bars like, better play your cards right, no booster packs. And also with protons and electrons, only that's an A-bomb. It's especially cool because it plays off of the name Pro Era, which is also known as PE. One of many PE bars that we'll hear throughout this verse. I played more of the song, but I just don't want it to get taken down, so I'm just gonna move on to something that I know probably won't.
Look, no interruptions.
I've used this instrumental in a lot of my videos before, although some people's biggest problem with this song might be the instrumental itself because the bass is so loud, but hey, I rock with it because it's just meant to bounce off of the title. And one of the things that I enjoy most about Capital Steez is that in every song that I've heard, I haven't heard him like take a verse off. Every verse that I've heard from Capital Steez has this crazy wordplay or rhyme scheme and just enjoyable bars.
My attention, I chased in, she got away. Now I'm left with pennies and I had to learn the harder way. That's a foul shot, and I ain't even get to score. Just memories that always ended me getting.
And this song isn't any different. You can just tell he's just so fucking great at putting words together. For me, having an impressive rhyme scheme isn't about rhyming words that shouldn't rhyme with anything. It's about these rhymes that are a little bit unique. And that's something that Capital Steez does very well.
Going off, bomb threat, and the rest get cut short like a prime dress.
This is another one of the instrumentals you might have heard on one of my videos, and it's just pretty cool. The metaphors and similes in this are, again, top tier, but this is just speaking to the fact of how impressive of a rapper Capital Steez is that I can probably say this for every single song I'm going to talk about. Like, on some real shit, Capital Steez is on the same level, if not higher, than Joey Badass. And that's not disrespect to Joey, he would probably agree with me. And by far, my favorite bar in this is,
any questions answered, AI.
the double entendre here is fucking amazing, with AI standing for artificial intelligence, but also playing off of Allen Iverson's nickname of the answer. And hey, there's actually a rhyme scheme video on this song if you want to check that one out. Although technically not a Steez song, this song is pretty cool to check out if you don't know about Steez. This is taken from one of the popular Capital Steez freestyles, but with the added production of Cooking Soul. If you don't know about him, you should check his YouTube channel out. He makes a lot of remixes to songs and freestyles with this low-key, lo-fi beat type beat that also have jazz elements and of course hip-hop elements to them. And it mixes well with Capital Steez's rapping style. And hey, I'm mainly including this because this is one of the few songs you can actually find on Spotify that has Steez on it, and because it highlights one of the things that makes Steez so special. At the end, you can hear clips from this interview where Joey is getting asked like, are you trying to bring back the 90s sound or something like that, essentially. And Joey Badass replies by saying that although they're 90s inspired, they're not trying to bring back the 90s, and that the sound that they had was their own sound, the sound of 2012.
Label on us that, oh, we're 90s rappers. This is not the 90s. We're not 90s rappers. This is the music that we have playing in our head and we went and we got done. Like, this is just our music. It's not 90s music. I mean, it could be 90s influence, but it's 2012, like, you know? So just don't throw that label on us.
Okay.
Which I think is a great response by Joey. And at the end of the interview, the guy from the source is like, oh, you guys are some philosophers. And Steez replies by saying,
We're gonna take off if we still grounded.
You guys are a bunch of philosophical people. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
something like that.
I mean, but we don't play though.
which could literally be taken in two ways, like we don't play though, as in we don't play, or he's saying we're not Plato, referring to the Greek philosopher. And this whole interview is actually interesting to watch, so you guys should look it up. But the comments are kind of weird because I feel like a lot of it is just the story of Pro Era is that Steez wanted Joey Badass to be the leader, and although some people call cap on that story, I think it's pretty true, and it shows in this video. At the 3:27-minute mark of this video, you see Joey Badass trying to pass off the mic and put the attention on the producer, but Steez cuts him off and puts the attention back to Joey. And honestly, it's just an interview where you get to see a little bit of Steez's vision. I mean, but let's move on now.
And I quote,
this song is a Pro Era song, and in an alternate universe, this would be one of the more iconic songs that I'll talk about. This came off of the Pro Era tape, and this was the first song you heard. And the first verse is handled by none other than Capital Steez. And had he not passed away like a week before the tape dropped, I feel like right now I'd be talking about how this was what made them a star. The song that made Pro Era take off to a whole nother level. Like, if the multiverse existed, I low-key wish I lived in the universe where what I just said was the case. But still though, it is a cool song to check out.
dear mama, your boy's become a man now. I got it from here, so you.
I wanted to highlight this song because it comes with the name J Steez. Like, seeing Steez in this era compared to what I usually know him by is absolutely crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But to me, this song really does show that Steez had some star potential. And that's not even me making a joke about the title.
Learning how serious life is, reminiscing the minutes to experience it twice. I've been in flying, still in the flight with Riot, and that's till I close my eyelids.
Out of every song that I mentioned in this video, this is probably the easiest to get into. And again, the fact that I'm highlighting it, it just means that it's one of my favorites.
Yourself in my shoes, you would see what it's like to live a day in the life. If you put yourself in my position, then you would understand both sides. I gotta do it for my team. My third eye beam say it's not what it seems.
I believe that this is one of the songs that were going to be included in King Capital, which was supposed to be Capital Steez's debut album. Because of his passing and licensing and all this stuff, I don't know if we'll ever get that album, but at the very least we have this song. In the meantime, if you want to listen to an album from Capital Steez, the closest thing we have to it is American Corruption. And if you're wondering about the album cover that is not a swastika, I'll just let Steez himself explain it.
Yeah, like it's actually a Buddhist symbol for like peace and light and the sun.
Happiness.
And like really, I was like, they were like, yo, we gotta make 47 sticker. And me being like a wordplay genius, I took the sticker, like swastika. I'm like, yo, let's make a 47 sticker. And I'm like, people are gonna be ignorant, so why not just play with their brains, you know?
But yeah, going back to King Steelo, it's just the perfect song. It does what it has to do. If it were to be released as a single, I do believe in it. And hey, it's the type of song that could even get a little bit of buzz on TikTok. Like, I hate saying this over and over again, but it's definitely like lyrically impressive.
They say I got a greedy mind with the green in my eyes.
And it has a great hook as well. I talked a little bit ago about the multiverse where Steez doesn't pass away, and this song would have been a great introduction to the masses on who Steez is. It's definitely worth to listen. Every song that I mentioned here is worth to listen, and it's part of the reason why I believe that Capital Steez is the most underrated rapper of all time. And with that being said, I'm returning to college in like 2 days, so I might go away again, but I don't know. I'll probably stay more consistent than the first semester. With that being said, J Dilla, roll the outro, man.